One of the things that I'll say time and time again is that it is a privilege to decouple or to separate politics from day-to-day life. So this is connected to an experience that my brother and I had the other day when engaging with a few students on campus. We were recording a few campaign videos for his current running for a directorial position for our student union. And we were in front of one of the, I think I would say the biggest library and the main library on campus, and we were videoing little campaign material in front of the library. And this is a place where there's a lot of students going around, and it's a highly populated area. Whilst we were videoing, there was two girls that were really intensely sort of observing what was going on, and they sat at a table that was next to where we were. So I was like, okay, maybe they're definitely interested and curious about what they're doing, and hearing Zaid talk about his campaign, and they must have been drawn and just curious about that. For context, both Zaid and I, we were wearing kufiyas, and for me, I'm very used to wearing kufiyas. Anyone that knows me knows I have a very vast collection of different colors of kufiyas, and I didn't clock that at all. I was like, okay, maybe it's because of the kufiya, because it's just like my hijab. I just forget that I even have a hijab on, and I'm like, okay, they're engaging because of something else. And it's a normal interaction to have within the university about, what are you up to? And yeah, so when we were done shooting the videos and taking a few pictures, these girls were like, what are you guys up to? What's going on? What are you guys doing? And they started asking my brother questions and everything, and he was talking about his position and why he was running and his campaign points, and I'm just gathering up the camera equipment and getting everything organized so we can get going. I then joined him to engage in this conversation, and the conversation ends up revealing that one of the girls is Jewish. We're obviously Muslims, so no problem there. And it then gets turned. There was two of these girls, and one of them, she ends up turning the conversation around, what does this, and she blatantly asked that. She's like, what does this have to do with, and there was a poster of my brother hanging, and he was, pointing to that. He's like, what does this, what you're wearing, have to do with that? You're here to record for a campaign video for, running for the student union. What does it have to do with that? And, this is a political thing. And, what does politics have to do with YFS? And that's the name of our student union, YFS, the York Federation of Students. And I'm just listening to this, and I'm just baffled at and with all due respect, the utter ignorance with this question of asking, first of all, what does politics have to do with YFS? Unions are political by nature, and universities are sites of political discourse and dialogue, and it then gets turned that, and we end up going back to at least our reaction. We turn around and we tell her that this is a kufiya, and we wear it as representation because we are Palestinian allies, and this is and the other girl ends up adding on to be this is something that's political, and we're this is a cultural piece. This is a kufiya. This is something that's inherent to the Palestinian heritage and culture. And one of my brother's friends that was there at that time, because they were shooting the promotional video with us, she is half Italian and half Palestinian. She's also adding to the conversation that this is a cultural thing to my people. When I obviously got the gist of where this conversation was going, I told Zaid that, let's just wrap up, and we got to get going, and, just let's say our goodbyes because we have to head out. And going back to what the main point of making this video for me, because I'm not, I don't usually make videos like this, and I've been wanting to make videos like this where I'm talking and, trying to add something to this vast echo chamber called social media, and along with the encouragement from a lot of friends and family to do this. So here's my attempt of doing something amidst all of this and maybe having some effect to the algorithm. So for me, when I hear all of this, I truly am so baffled due to the fact that going back to my initial point, like how much privilege do you have to possess to have that liberty and that comfort to be like, what does politics have to do with this? Oh, look, we don't need to have politics involved. Everything is political. Everything is political. The very clothes that you wear are political because it was most likely a child that made that. The food that you eat is political. Where are those ingredients sourced from? The university that you go to, and the fact that you are at a point of privilege to attend a university in the first place, that is political. Because there are students in Palestine way more capable than you and me for sure that have so much potential that their universities are bombed and they are just rubble and they're not going. The fact that you are sitting here asking me and telling me that, oh, you shouldn't be wearing this, you're engaging in politics there. And to claim that the universities, like student union and the union in general, you shouldn't be having politics or political markers, like this is the problem with secularism, due to the fact that at its peak and is the erasure of symbols and meanings that make up what the human experience is all about and what humanity is and what the soul is. And it's the erasure of the soul. It's the erasure of the human soul and what makes humans distinct. One advice that I would give these girls, honestly, and anyone that thinks like them, is please pick up a book. Please engage with people and with knowledge that goes against what your preconceived notions are. Get out of your echo chamber and and I tell this to myself, and this is a huge goal for myself, don't surround yourself with people that think like you, because they're just regurgitating the very things that you are so comfortable in and the things that you want to hear back to you like parrots. There's no difference between you and a parrot at that point. And yeah, I think that's honestly the main gist of this video without it becoming too long, is pick up a book, pick up a book that you would normally never read, engage and talk to people you would normally never talk to, and have a bit of an open mind. And come on, oh my God, it is you have to be so oblivious to life to make claims like that. And that's a lot of people within the West. And do I blame them? I don't know, but at the same time, it's the norm that they have been normalized into.